Today's conspiracy theory. Hello. Welcome everybody to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. And today I am giving you some biblical verses. Yes, man. You got to stay based, you got to stay blessed, and you have to stay prayed up. Believe in the word of God, and you will see that your life will change. It is not odd, it is not a coincidence, it is the truth. Spirits are all around us, but there's only one spirit that really wants to love you and support you and love you unconditionally, bless you. That is Jesus Christ. That is God. All these other spirits out there, let's just say these demonic spirits, they want your whole everything. Like they want to control your actions, the way you talk, the way you think, how dark your sexuality is, how dark your actions are against other people. But God doesn't want any of that darkness. He isn't going to make you beg for fame. God is just going to help you rise above all of that hate, all of that nastiness. Yes, we see in 2024, society got nasty, man, disgusting. But God is the truth, God is the way, and God is the peace. And today, I just hope and pray that Christ helps us find love, find peace, find serenity and happiness in all of our lives, in our families' lives, and our pets' lives. Amen. Yeah, I had to put on the hat because this hair is wild today. I'm so tired. I don't know why. Just lately, I've been tired. I've been dreaming a lot, but really tired and just. I mean, I've been working out a lot too, and working and doing like Uber Eats and just trying to stay busy. And I don't know. Maybe my body's tired, my mind, my spirit is energized, right? Let's get into this. So today we have Genesis 27 and 28. Let's go. Genesis 27. Isaac blesses Jacob. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his older son, and said to him, "My son." And he answered, "Here I am." He said, "Behold, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out into the field and hunt game for me, and prepare me delicious food, such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless you before I die." Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt game for him and bring it, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "I heard your father speak to your brother Esau. Bring me game and prepare me food, delicious food, that I may eat it and bless you before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice as I command you. Go to the flock and bring 2 good young goats, so that I may prepare from them delicious food for your father, such as he loves, and you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." But Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall be mocking him and bring a curse upon myself and not a blessing." His mother said to him, "Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice and go, bring them to me." So he went and took them and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared delicious food, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau, her older son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And the skins of the young goats she put on his hands and on the smooth parts of his neck. And she put the delicious food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went into his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am." "Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me." But Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son?" He answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please come near, that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son Esau or not." So Jacob went near to Isaac his father, who felt him and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau." And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. He said, "Are you really my son Esau?" And Jacob answered, "I am." Then he said, "Bring it near to me, that I may eat of my son's game and bless you." So he brought it near to him, and he ate. And he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come near and kiss me, my son." So he came near and kissed him. And Isaac smelled the smell of his garments and blessed him and said, "See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you the dew of heaven and the fatness of earth and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you." As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, when Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He also prepared delicious food and brought it to his father. And he said to his father, "Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that you may bless me." His father Isaac said to him, "Who are you?" He answered, "I am your son, your firstborn Esau." Then Isaac trembled very violently. And he said, "Well, who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me? And I ate it all before you came, and I have blessed him. Yes, and he shall be blessed." As soon as Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and said to his father, "Bless me, even me also, my father." But he also said, "Your brother came deceitfully, and he has taken away your blessing." Esau said, "Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he had cheated me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now behold, he has taken away my blessing." Then he said, "Have you not reserved a blessing for me?" Isaac answered and said to Esau, "Behold, I have made him Lord over you, and all of his brothers I have given to him my servants, and with grain and wine I have sustained him. What then can I do for you, my son?" Esau said to his father, "Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, away from the fatness of the earth shall your dwelling be, and away from the dew of the heaven on high. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you shall break his yoke from your neck. Now Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said to himself, The days of mourning for my father are approaching. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. But the words of Esau, her older son, were told to Rebekah. So she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, Behold, your brother Esau comforts himself about planning to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee to Laban, my brother in Haran, and stay with him for a while until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you from there. Why should I bereft you of both of you in one day? Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I loathe my life because of the Hittite woman. If Jacob marries one of the Hittite women like these, one of the women of the land, what good will my life be to me? Whew. So chapter 27. It's it's the greed of Isaac or Jacob. It's the greed of sorry. It's the greed of Jacob and Rebecca. Both of them tricked their family, um, Isaac and Esau, to pretty much sell away their birthrights because Rebecca liked Isaac more because he's the clean one. He's the pretty boy one. He's the special, the one that's like her. But even though Esau was stronger and was willing to do more for his family, probably, if he's a warrior, then I'm pretty sure he would stand up and fight more, right? He was hated and he was despised. And it's sad that we see that in society where, like, you know, people are going for more of the glorious riches in life. They want the millionaire, the billionaire, the peacemaker, that or the guy who's making a whole bunch of money and he's not really even like a real man. He's, they're off in some fairy tale world, succumbing to lust and lies and tricking people, right? But the women will despise the dude who's solemn and trying to just be a man and trying to just do what's right, even though he may not have a pretty life, even though sometimes he may stink, and sometimes it sucks, right? Um, you see that more often than not, like people will rather take the glorious beauty of popularity and money and wealth and status instead of actually the hardworking, down to earth, faithful person. And it's kind of sad, that even love itself, a marriage itself can cause turmoil like this within a family. I've seen this with children and parents too, where um parents take sides, and it's really weird. It sucks because Esau was the warrior. Esau could have been a great king. He could have been the leader of the tribe, and helped these guys succeed and overcome great obstacles. But his brother, in his own greed, destroyed literally what good they had. First, he took his birthright. Second, he took his blessing. So, it's kind of a wicked thing to understand that some, like, everything in the Bible isn't always like, you know um soft and loving stories, right? Like these like the world is hard. The world is hard around us. The world is cruel, and sometimes things happen around us that like aren't necessarily for us. And sometimes there's people around us that are gonna try to take what we have, and because we may be the hardworking one, you know, and but we don't have all that flashy glory and all that, right? That whatever it is, whoever whatever it is. And I just hope that we can, as a society, get past those obstacles. We don't need any more separation in our families or our friends, and even in our daily lives, job sites and everything, where you even see, you see Sometimes bosses will take a woman who's prettier and instead of a woman who's working harder, because the woman who's prettier the boss likes more and he can do what he wants and hook up with her or whatever it may be, right? um Sucks. We're gonna go forward though. So that was the end of chapter 27. um Chapter 28. Jacob sent to Laban. Then Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and directed him, "You must not take a wife from the Canaanite woman. Arise, go to Panan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take as your wife from there only one of the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. God Almighty bless you and make you fruitful and multiply you, that you may become a company of peoples. May he give you the blessing of Abraham to you and to your offspring with you, that you may take possession of the land of your sojournings that God gave to Abraham." Thus Isaac sent Jacob away, and he went into Padan Aram to Laban, the son of Bethuel the Aramean, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother. Now Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram to take a wife from there, and that he had blessed him as he directed him. "You must not take a wife from the Canaanite women." And that Jacob had obeyed his father and his mother and gone to Padan Aram. So when Esau saw that the Canaanite woman did not please Isaac his father, Esau went to Ishmael and took his wife, besides the wives he had. Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebaioth. Jacob left Beersheba and went toward Haran, and he came to a certain place and stayed there that night, because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of the place, he had put it under his head and lay down in that place to sleep. As he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder to set up on the earth, and the top of it reached up to the heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, "I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. The land of which you lie I will give to you and your offspring. Your offspring shall be like the dust of earth, and you shall spread abroad the west and to the east and to the north and to the south, and in you and in your offspring, and shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you, and I will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place. I did not know." And he was afraid and said, "How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven." So early in the morning, Jacob took the stone that he had put under his bed and set it up for a pillar and poured oil on it. He called the name of that place Bethel, and the name of the city was Luz at first. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, "If God will be with me and keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and clothing to wear, so that I can come again to my father's house in peace, then the Lord shall be my God. And if this stone which I have set up for this pillar shall be God's house, and all of that you give me, and I will give you a full tenth to you." So that's done right there, chapter 28. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read some clip notes so that we may understand a little bit more. So Genesis records in detail two important occasions when patriarchs nearing death pronounced special blessings on their firstborn sons. This is of chapter 27. In this present account, Isaac's intention to bless Esau is subverted by Rebekah, who helps Jacob receive the blessing of his firstborn. This event not only builds the earlier incident when Esau sells his birthright to Jacob, but also develops the divine statement in 25:23 that the older will serve the younger. Although Rebekah's actions involve deception, the text simply reports what Rebekah did without condoning or commenting on her actions. Nevertheless, the first audience again would see ways in which God, in his sovereignty, uses all kinds of actions, good and bad, to bring his people to the place in which they find themselves. Isaac is introduced as both old and blind. Both factors are important in light of subsequent events. Believing that he was near to death, Isaac decides that the time has come to bless his firstborn Esau. Such blessings were very important, as for prayers addressed to God they were viewed as shaping the future of those blessed. Isaac's blindness enables Jacob to avoid detection when he pretends to be Esau, but it also may be implied that Isaac's physical loss of sight reflects on an inner blindness that makes him oblivious to Esau's shortcoming and God's purpose for Jacob. Interesting. Isaac's motivation for blessing Esau is possibly driven by the desire for delicious food rather than a true assessment of his character. Hmm. The paternal blessing that Isaac wishes to give Esau is important because it will establish the identity of the heir to the divine promises given to Abraham and Isaac. In light of this, the firstborn line will eventually lead to a royal descendant through whom all the nations of the earth will be blessed. This link between firstborn and blessing is emphasized in a wordplay involving both terms. In Hebrew, firstborn is bekora, whereas blessing is bekera. Huh. Much of the story involving Esau and Jacob centers around the concept and how the younger twin, Jacob, acquires both the firstborn birthright and the relative paternal blessing. The narrator unambiguously states that Rebekah instigates and coordinates the deception undertaken by Jacob. This mitigates but does not remove Jacob's guilt in deceiving his father. When Jacob expresses concern about being discovered, Rebekah states that she will bear any curse placed on him. Rebekah's desire for Jacob to receive the blessing of the firstborn is no doubt motivated by her special love for him. From birth, Esau was clearly distinguished from Jacob by his hairy appearance. This is an um, This chapter explains an outright lie and in violation of God's later commandment. Isaac's reaction to Jacob's assertion suggests that he is not immediately convinced that this is Esau. The subsequent conversation adds to the drama of the story. Isaac is eventually persuaded that he smells Esau's clothing. Isaac's blessing for his firstborn goes far beyond requesting an abundance of material necessities. Here, Isaac asks for a universal sovereignty, embracing not only immediate family but also people and nations. This blessing clearly builds on the divine promise to Abraham that kings will be among descendants. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you. These words, which God promises to Abraham, develop a motive in Genesis whereby God's blessing in favor is mediated to others through members of the unique line. This blessing, however, is excluded from those who disdain God's chosen ones. When Esau returns to discover what had happened, he is filled with anger towards his brother. In response to Isaac's comment that Jacob deceived him, Esau observed, "Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has cheated me 2 times." Esau alludes here that the wordplay or the name Jacob, which means to deceive, cheat. From Esau's perspective, Jacob had cheated him out both of his birthright and his blessing. Although Esau willingly forfeited his birthright to Jacob, he still tricked him. Just complete trick, I guess, right? Deceived him. Although Jacob has been given authority over his older brother, Isaac indicates that Esau will eventually free himself from his brother's control. Later, Esau's descendants settle outside of the Promised Land to the east of the Jordan River, eventually taking control of Seir, which is later named to Edom. When Rebekah learns of Esau's desire to murder his brother, she encourages Jacob to take refuge in northwestern Mesopotamia, Haran, with her brother Laban. Fratricide is a common theme in Genesis. In this section, which continues the accounts of Jacob's deception of Isaac, focuses on the issue of finding an appropriate wife for Jacob and presupposes a knowledge of the earlier commitment. The earlier comment about Esau's choice of wives, Isaac and Rebekah encouraged Jacob to get a wife from among their relatives who are living in northwestern Mesopotamia. Their advice to Jacob, in turn, prompts Esau to take another wife on the occasion of Ishmael's family. Rebekah is probably alluding here to Esau's wives, although she could be referring to Hittite women in general. She may have deliberately raised the issue in order to provide a rationale of sending Jacob away, conscious of Esau's desire to kill him. In response to Rebekah's negative observation about Hittite women, Isaac instructs Jacob to take a wife from Laban's families. This advice, which coincides with Rebekah's desire for that Jacob should flee from Esau, requires Jacob to go to Paddan Aram. Although Rebekah specifically mentions Hittite wives, Isaac expands on this by referring to Canaanite women, a broader designation that would have included the Hittites. Isaac's blessing of Jacob in 27:29 not only echoes the divine promises to Abraham, but explicitly requests that God Almighty will give you the blessing of Abraham to Jacob. Although Jacob is being sent away in Haran to the northwestern Mesopotamia, Isaac anticipates that he will return to Canaan in order to take possession of the land divinely given to Abraham, which make you fruitful and multiply you. This echoes the motive that Abraham is the father of many nations. Whew. Oh man, sorry, gotta pop it back. Okay. Having heard his father's instruction to Jacob that he should not take a Canaanite wife, Esau seeks to make amends for his earlier actions. To gain his parents' approval, he marries one of Ishmael's daughters. Esau, however, still retains his two Hittite wives. Through an extraordinary dream, Jacob encounters the Lord. The experience has a dramatic effect on him, as the Lord confirms that the divine promises of Abraham will be established through him. This encounter with God is later matched by a similar event on Jacob's return to Canaan. Both events take place at crucial points in the lives of Jacob as he is departing from and returning to Canaan. Jacob sets out to travel 550 miles to Haran. As he rests overnight, Jacob has a dream which centers on a ladder set up on earth, and on top of it reached to heaven. The Hebrew term translated ladder could possibly denote a stairway similar to those found on ancient ziggurats. What matters most is not the precise shape of the structure, but its purpose. It provides a bridge between heaven and earth, revealing that God is still committed to making the earth his dwelling place. Jesus identifies himself as the ladder, linking earth and heaven. While human beings want to ascend to heaven, as reflected by the Tower of Babel story, God is interested in making the earth his temple city. An expression to the Lord that the Lord stood above it could also be rendered the Lord stood beside him, suggests that he is perceived by God as being with him on earth rather than being with him on heaven. The Lord works loudly and words loudly to echo the divine promises made to Abraham. God states that he will not abandon Jacob, but will fulfill these promises to him. Jacob's affirmation, the Lord's presence, indicates that he considers God to be the resident of his location. Consequently, he describes it as the house of God. The associated phrase, gate of heaven, possibly implies that this is the entrance to a divine city. Since Jacob names the location Bethel, which means house of God, the idea of God being present on earth is clearly dominant in his thinking. Although Jacob commemorates the special event by setting up a pillar and consecrating it with oil, it is noteworthy that it does not build an altar. This is further indication that he has not yet fully accepted the Lord as his God. While the practice of setting up pillars was common in Canaanite worship, Deuteronomy 16:22 prohibits it. Years later, after his faith-transforming encounter with God at the Peniel, the city's name continued to be Luz, and the Israelites occupied Canaan. Many centuries later, the actual location of Bethel by Jacob would probably lay outside the city. The conditional nature of Jacob's vow reveals that he is still ambivalent regarding his commitment to the Lord. Although God himself reveals himself to Jacob at Bethel, it requires a much further personal encounter before Jacob fully trusts the Lord. Jacob promises that he will construct a sanctuary for God, the consecrated stone that is being the first part of potatoes. What? Wait, hold on. My bad. Hold on. I read that wrong. Process. I don't know why I said potatoes. The consecrated stone being the first part of the process. Temple temple building becomes the important part of the duties undertaken by the royal line descended from Jacob. I will give a full tent to you. Centuries later, Israelite worshippers give a tenth of their income to God as the expression of their commitment to Him. This is regularly referred to as the tithe. Oh my God, dude! I'm hungry. I'm thinking about potatoes. Yo, so I just read you some notes, and yeah, on the bottom of my Bible, I have a dedicated 1/3 of the book that is pretty much like handwritten notes added from the publisher that goes into a little bit of depth on what I'm studying. So I will give it back to you as it is given to me. And with that, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day and God bless. See you guys next time. Peace out. I love you guys. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Oh, hey, first, if you guys could, please go over to my Facebook and like 509 Divine Pines. Go over to my YouTube and sub 509 Divine Pines. By next year, I'm trying to get this account monetized on Facebook. I am trying to actually go live because for some reason, you Facebook has decided to take away live streaming from groups unless you have 100 followers. See, earlier this year you could like live stream your video to groups um if you even had one follower, but now they're like, oh nah, you need to be popular in order to like put some videos out there. Like, hold on, they're actually making a restriction. So here, I'm gonna drop the link, guys, in the chat. If you guys see this, this is on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, Instagram, everywhere that you have a social media. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share. I appreciate all of you guys for even watching this and spending some time with me in the Lord. And later on tonight, I'm going to be talking about some nuclear studies. So take care, enjoy. See you guys next time on the 509 Divine Pines podcast. If you want, donate to 509 Divine Pines, Cash App, PayPal, or buy me a coffee. Peace. Love you guys. God bless.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make $1 million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot. Feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it. I will not flop, somebody gonna make it dance when I pop off. Gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught.